Into 2017 continues to heal, Charles. They're going to have Kamara, Ingram, Thomas. If they have Breeze back at quarterback, this should be an excellent squad again.
It certainly should, and frankly, if the offensive line comes back healthy and intact, that's another big win for them, especially with their two tackles, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Ryan Ramczyk, who was a rookie last season at right tackle. They are loaded going forward. If they could get a real playmaker at tight end, that might be the last piece. And if that happens, I'd hate to be a defensive coordinator trying to game plan for them.
Again, it's Kamara. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 46 yards. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A.J. Klein. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. This is Johnson. He's got it. 30. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 62 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Breeze now. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 8 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Throw left side, complete. It's Hill. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They get 31 yards that time. And that leads to a New Orleans first down. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good, because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Breeze on the bootleg. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now Breeze on third down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. A 10th carry for Kamara. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hill. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
The Saints on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time, it's 3rd and 3. Now Breeze. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Also, the offense staying on the field here. They're not going to punt this thing. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. And this This is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Red zone opportunity. Now they try the right side here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz throwing on second down. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit. Oh, this is blocked. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. He finds Coleman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run it again with Kamara. Able to slither by. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number's
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
On play action, Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on third with a gain of 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to about the 22 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Again, here's Blunt. Blunt rumbling with a first down and more. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now a toss play to Blunt. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blunt taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Wentz. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard. Throwing now is Breeze. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Breeze now to throw. Throwing deep here for Coleman. That's caught at the 25. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. And his defense here going to burn their second. Timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Breeze. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Here we go. Tighten up.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. The drive starts with a handoff to Blunt. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Wentz to throw. Ertz has it left side. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks near the 48-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, 48 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing on first down is Breeze. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Breeze got to have this one. Steps away to it. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are likely going to win it. And out now come the Eagles. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So we've got a 2nd and 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.
I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah.
Cause, but I still low. Got 100 different to my cell phone. Still